You want me to start it off?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Just whenever you feel comfortable.
Shucks. Let me hang on.
There you go. Take the shirt off. That's right. Now we're cooking with chili.
Right. Shirt off, farting.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Say we're cooking with jelly?
The chili.
Oh.
But yeah, we can cook with jelly too.
Took me a minute to register. Cooking with jelly. Who's doing the intro?
That was the intro.
Welcome to
Hello, Bartholomew. Fucking hell. Jesse.
Alright, go ahead.
Hello, Bartholomew, and welcome to Die, a weekly podcast where we talk about things like stuff. Today's episode is about the Mandela Effect. I am one of your hosts, Josh Hargrove. To my left.
Secondary host, Catherine Boyer.
And across the river.
Across the Cumberland. No, I'm not on the... Yeah, okay. Yeah. You gotta go across Cumberland. I'm in Nashville. And I'm your thirdly host, Jesse.
Tertiary.
Well, you said secondary. I'm your thirdendary host.
I just said one of your hosts.
Yeah, but she said secondary.
I did.
So I'm
It didn't mean subsequent.
It's like last but not least.
I mean, that's fine. I can be the
There's
last.
Jesse. You're going to be introduced last just because you're not actually here. So,
I feel like you're punishing me, but that's fine.
Is it me that's punishing you, or is it you?
Not yet.
Maybe I am you. You ever thought about that?
Yes.
All the time.
Uh-huh.
Many times.
Well, that's something I would think about, too.
Exactly.
Yeah? Huh?
Quit your fucking...
Huh? You know,
Okay,
what I'm
alright.
all right. So, today we're talking about the Mandela Effect. Jesse, you want to tell us what the fuck the Mandela Effect is? I'll tell you what the Mandela
No,
Effect
I
is.
want to do it.
All right.
Okay, so...
Tell us what the Mandela Effect is.
Tell us.
The Mandela Effect is a phenomenon.
Phenomenon?
Sometimes...
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Phenomena. Oh, that's good. So it is an event where thousands, sometimes millions of people remember an event or phrase or something, not necessarily incorrectly, but different from how it actually appears, and it's named after the common held belief that President Mandela of South Africa, he wasn't president at the time. Anyway, this Mandela dude died in prison in the 80s.
Yeah.
And lots of people remember that happening. However,
I remember that happening.
I remember learning about it in school.
I mean, I
talking
wasn't
about
alive in the
apartheid.
80s.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about it on the news at one point. Someone brought up it was like an anniversary of his death in prison, and I remember seeing still shots from his funeral on the news in the 90s when I was a wee boy.
Yeah, and I remember learning that the whole reason that the apartheid movement really gained speed was because of his death in prison.
Right.
Whereas if that wouldn't have happened, it kind of wouldn't have gained any steam, all that stuff. But that's what it's named after, and there's a ton of examples. The most common, not the most common, most well known is the Berenstain Bears thing, which blows my fucking mind.
How do you remember it, Catherine?
Yeah.
Berenstain.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't agree with the Mandela one, but with the Berenstain Bears. The day I found out, I went and looked at my childhood books.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Fucking...
Yeah, mind blown.
Yeah. So, here's what I've got to say about the Bears thing. And I remember this specifically because I was arguing with a fucking kid in school about it.
Mm-hmm.
because I remember telling the kid, he was telling me it was pronounced Berenstein, and I was telling him no, it's Berenstein because it's spelled like Einstein.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember like showing him the book and being like, look, Stein, Stein, right? Now I know that's retarded now, I guess. It's still spelled the same way, but everyone pronounces it Stein.
Arguing over
but yeah,
false
we were
fact.
arguing. Yeah. It wasn't a false memory, right? Like I remember looking at the book and being like, this is Stein.
Yeah.
It definitely was not Stain. Like there was no A.
Well, and I remembered thinking back on it later in life, and I was like, oh, Berenstein bears, they're Jewish. They're Jewish bears.
Right. Come on, Jedediah. It's time to get your honey for your naps.
Now, could this be a font issue? Like, was there ever a different font?
No, I don't. So, like, I remember it was like half-assed, like cursive font, but it was still like I looked at it fairly recently, and it was definitely an A. Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
I was like, nah. When I was a kid, it was an E.
Yeah, it was
for sure.
Definitely an E.
Yeah, definitely. And I think most people I talk to remember it being an E.
Yeah, I haven't ever met anyone who said otherwise.
Yeah. They were like, who the fuck are the Berenstain Bears? That's not what it is. So I read somewhere recently that a lot of younger kids, like kids born like in the 2000s, remember it as Berenstain. And it's only the older generation that remember it.
Because there's some fucking shit going on that like we don't even know about.
Or we should blame our parents for their poor grammar.
Maybe we could do that too.
Well, so there's a few things that could have contributed to the memory if you want to get all logical and all that stupid shit. So,
yeah.
In the TV show, do you guys remember that there was a TV show of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever the theme song would play, they would say it. I watched a video of it. They would say Berenstain, but it was like a weird accent on it. So it sounded like Berenstein. And so that could have contributed to that whole thing. But that still doesn't explain the books, because I only ever saw the show like once or twice as a kid.
Same.
But I reread the shit out of those books.
Oh, me too. And I specifically remember like spelling the fucking word out for the kid.
Yeah, because it was confusing. It was a big word as a kid.
Yeah,
so
and he was like Berenstein, and I was saying Berenstein, and he was saying Berenstein, and I was like, no, it's not Berenstein, it's Berenstein. It's like Einstein. It's Stein. And he was like, no, you're wrong.
Jewish bears.
Turns out I was wrong, but not.
You were both wrong.
But yeah, maybe. Yeah, it turns out we were both fucking wrong.
You're both upside down. Here's another one. Sitting in front of me in the bag, Chick-fil-A. How do you spell it, Josh? Kat, how do you spell it?
You don't want my answer.
I want
you don't want Catherine's answer.
I want.
She sees it on a daily basis.
I want Kat's
I know how it's spelled, but it's because of my job, so it's cheating.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember seeing billboards, like all the cow billboards, like hand-painted with the red paint, right?
Right.
And it was CHIC. And I remember the whole phrase being spelled wrong, because instead of FILET, it's Phil-A, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, the stupid cows can't spell anything right, because they spelled chicken wrong, right? CHIKIN.
Yeah, that's how I remember it being, was CHIK.
Yeah.
Phil-A.
Because they spelled chicken with the K.
Right, and so that could have explained that. Seeing that, because that was a big not campaign thing, but advertising thing, was where they would put the billboards up of the cow spelling eat more chicken. You remember that?
Yeah.
And it was spelled with a K. So
EETMORCHIKIN.
Yeah,
everything's misspelled.
Yeah, and I think that's where that could be an explanation. But
the scientific community, the folks that get paid more than we do to think about stuff like this, they chalk it up as like a mass misremembering. So basically, something is just so obscure that no one really fucking thinks about it on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And then all it takes is one person to give you the wrong information, and then it spreads like wildfire. And you just assume they're right. Like, you see someone write it down wrong, or you see someone say, Nelson Mandela died in prison, you're like, oh yeah, he totally did, right? Because like in America, who gave a shit about Nelson Mandela? Like on a mass scale, sure, a couple people did, but so like with like the buffalo thing, I remember hearing that the buffalo were close to extinction at one point, and then I remember seeing news articles that they had gone extinct, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with that, memory sucks. Memory sucks really, really bad. There's like numerous studies that say that you just make shit up in your memories all the fucking time. Like shit that didn't
because
happen.
it doesn't play on a loop. You've got fragments and your brain is just re-putting them back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, your brain's got to reconstruct shit for you.
I made both of you up.
Yeah, probably.
I did.
It's probably why my life sucks.
Well, I get bored.
So I think I remember the buffalo going extinct, right? Like you said, you do too.
I remember learning about it in grade school. That it was it was a big deal. We used to take Gatling guns on trains and stuff and just mow them down.
And just fucking eradicate them. Because we were trying to get the Indians to fuck off, right?
Yeah, we were trying to starve them out, basically. It was an actual strategy.
And I remember learning about that too. And I was like, God damn, that's kind of fucked up to just eradicate an entire species of animals just because you want someone to fuck off. But, I mean, whatever.
You don't know white people very well, do you?
Right. But it could be that was just a mass misremembered fact. Someone said, oh, they're close to extinction. There's like, however many left. And then suddenly someone you talk to is like, oh, hey, the fucking buffaloes are extinct. And you're just like, oh, shit, yeah, they are. And all of a sudden that spreads like wildfire. No one actually checks on it.
Whoa. Hang on. Are you saying that someone can spew bullshit and spread it even on such platforms as social media and people will believe it without fact-checking?
Listen, I know...
Have you lost your fucking mind? That doesn't happen.
I know that sounds crazy. And I know people aren't going to like hearing that. But that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's impossible. I'm sorry. I'm going to disagree with you on this one. There's no way that one person or a small group of people could possibly come up with bullshit and everyone believe it. There's no way. Mm-mm.
I do think you got to kind of play both sides of the fence on this. Because I was doing a little reading.
Did you cite your sources, Josh? Did you do the research? Or did you just believe it?
There's no sources. I was reading into people commenting.
Oh, God. Where were you?
I was actually on MandelaEffect.com.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
and,
this is interesting.
I wanted to get to the source, right? I wanted to see what the people are saying today.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what's happening today in the realm of the Mandela Effect. And turns out it's fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah. I'm on a subreddit called Glitch in the Matrix, right? Started off as a Mandela Effect thing. And it is the dumbest shit I have ever seen.
So, I mean, nothing against these folks. And if I'm calling out your story, maybe think harder about what you're doing. People who were claiming that their lost keys and wallets were like some Mandela Effect thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like I fucking looked everywhere for my wallet. I can't, like I'm like late to work. I'm freaking the fuck out. And then I go in there and it's like under my fucking pillow. Like, what the fuck? Totally slipped out of this fucking universe and into a universe where my goddamn wallet wasn't real anymore. Where that's the only thing different in the whole universe. And then magically slipped right back into this one when I found it. Like, oh, fuck, there it is. It was there the whole time. They're like blaming, fucking gigantic paradigm shifts on them losing their fucking car keys.
Yeah,
and
see,
I
used to happen to me all the time. And then I just realized that I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And I forget shit.
Yeah.
I have a mantra. Wallet, phone, keys. You remember?
Yeah. Feel your pockets. Like, okay, got the wallet, got the phone, got the keys, good to go. And if they're not there, you go look in the obvious spots. And if they're not there, then you're just like, oh shit, what did I do last night? And you walk yourself through your day, and you're like, oh yeah, I threw my pants in the corner. Maybe my wallet flew out of my pants and into the corner. And sure as shit, your wallet's in the corner. It's not in a different universe. It's in the corner.
Mandela Effect.
Mandela.
But there's so many examples of it. There's Sex in the City. Most people remember it as Sex
Yeah.
and the City.
Yeah.
Easy explanation there. In and. When you say it really quick,
Is it that way or is it the opposite way?
It is actually Sex and the City.
No, it's Sex in the City, isn't it?
No.
See, I'm all fucked up. Maybe you guys...
We're in a different dimension.
You guys
right
are in the
now,
different dimension.
so-
I can't see you. You're not in front of me.
On our YouTube prior to this, we were watching something about that. So
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Man, I always think it's Sex in the City. It just makes more sense.
Like,
it seems sassier. Yeah.
I feel like it rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I do specifically remember being a kid because my mom hated that show and her bitching about it, and I remember it being Sex and the City when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. I just think Sarah Jessica Parker is one of the most beautiful thoroughbreds to ever grace this earth.
Yeah, solid pedigree.
I heard a funny joke one time. It said if Bruce Jenner can win Man of the Year, there's no reason Sarah Jessica Parker can't win the Kentucky Derby.
That's right. I completely agree.
Be whatever you want to be, and be the best you can be. I mean Caitlyn Jenner. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say.
That's fine. It's fine.
I know.
It's
silly
fine.
me.
We won't get in trouble for that for a few years, so that'll be fine.
There's a couple more silly ones I could rant about a little bit. I saw someone, there's like this one's gaining a lot of traction too, on Mandela.com, the Mandela Effect.com. Don't go looking for stuff like this on NelsonMandela.com. You probably won't find anything great. There's a big post on the Mandela Effect where a lot of people are remembering that we have 52 states. Everyone's like, we don't have 52 states? What the fuck? I also remember being a kid, and, like, you learn about shit like this in whatever class you learn about that in. Kids are like, aren't there 52 states? You're like, no, fucktard. They're like, what about Alaska and Hawaii? It's like, yeah, those count as 50.
Towards the 50.
Like, there's 48 within the continental U.S., and then you've got 49 and 50 out there, and they're like, nuh-uh, fuckface, it's 52. So I think the whole, like, remembering that there's 52 states isn't, like, some mass... Because they can't name the extra 2 states.
Yeah.
No one can name them.
Now, see,
It's like, okay, count them through. And it's like, well, Alaska and Hawaii. It's like, no, those are 50. That's 49 and 50. Where's 51?
Yeah, but you
52?
forgot about
well,
East and West Dakota.
We have North Vegas and South Katana. Contanasville. Fuck you, there's 52 states. I heard it.
51 would make more sense because of Puerto Rico.
There's other protectorates too, like
Yeah,
Guam.
there are.
There's the
Did you ever bring up
Bahamas,
like the flag to them?
Like, do what?
Did you ever discuss the stars and the flag with them or anything?
Well, yeah, it's like there's 50. There's count them.
Cat, let's
Look at it.
Cat, let's be real. If they think that there's actually 52 states, they probably don't know how to count in the first place.
I mean, we're hopefully talking only about children, but
Yeah. But now these children are adults.
Yeah,
And they're
that's
posting
true.
on forums saying, well, no, there's 52. There's always been 52. 4th grade told me. It's just a shame there wasn't some fucking asshole kid named Josh in their class going, nuh-uh, you fucking idiot.
So what's this Life's Like a Box of Chocolates one?
Yeah. So people, like, misremember movie quotes and shit, too.
Yeah.
Like Darth Vader never says, Luke, I am your father.
Right.
He says, no, I am your father. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
What's it supposed to be?
I don't remember what it's supposed to be, but that's not what it is. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Yep.
I don't think that's the Mandela Effect. I think that's just people being stupid.
Those are more easily attributed to just misremembering something or...
But those are humongous, like, getting a lot of traction posts on this Mandela Effect website.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole Darth Vader thing, Luke, I am your father, like, that is such a huge pop culture reference.
Yeah.
That is so big that that's in other movies. It's referenced
Yeah.
in other movies, and it doesn't fucking exist. And I remember him saying that. because I was like, whoa, no way. I mean, I knew it because, you know, I wasn't born in the 70s. I remember it was like a really dramatic thing, and then Luke,
when
like,
I first
shits his pants and screams no.
When I watched the movie, I remember him saying no, because there's like a dramatic pause. He's like, "No, I am your father," and then Luke's like sniffling. He's like, "What do you mean?
Why did they do that?
Why do they gotta do that? I hate him."
Oh, fuck.
So, I don't know, where do you draw the line? Like, I like to believe in something like this. Like, when shit gets real crazy like that. But I'm not entirely sold. I don't know. Maybe we were all retarded, and it was Berenstain the whole time.
Right.
No. Should we get into theory time?
Oh,
Absolutely.
hold on.
Okay.
Shazam.
It's about to get fucking
Hang on.
wild.
The
Shazam.
Oh,
what's
yeah?
his name? Sinbad?
Yeah.
Sinbad, the genie movie.
That was a
right?
fucking
Yeah.
movie, and I remember it. I didn't see it.
I remember that movie too. I watched it.
You watched
I fucking
it?
watched it. Yeah. He would like fucking cross his arms like this and do like a fucking headbutt thing.
But does that happen in Kazam?
Because Shaq is in.
I know, but does Shaq do the fucking genie thing in Kazam?
I don't remember. But I remember watching both of them. Because I remember watching the Shaq movie first. And then watching the Sinbad movie and being like, of course, you gotta fucking milk the cash cow, follow in the big man's footsteps, and do the fucking black guy genie movie twice. You know, because it did, you know, I guess it did okay with Shaq. I don't know. But I remember the Sinbad movie not being nearly as good. This was also the same time I was watching that one fucking movie Hulk Hogan was in.
Oh,
Like
the
the
one
kid.
where he's the future cop?
Yeah, like whatever. Yeah. It was all right around the same time period. And they were all equally terrible, but
Yeah.
I remember thinking the Sinbad one was just as bad. And Sinbad himself is like, yo, I was never in a movie like that.
Right, but he did like a college humor video
Yeah.
for an April Fool's.
Yeah, he like made fun of the joke
Yeah.
that he was in something like that,
Right.
and like did a genie thing. Yeah. I mean,
I feel like I can remember the cover of the VHS.
yeah, me too. I feel like he had a sword too. Do you have a sword on his side, like a big fucking scimitar?
Maybe. I don't know. See? I would be forcing
He had,
myself
like,
to
the-
remember that right now.
You know, the turban.
Yeah, I remember a
And it
turban.
was like crazy, like jazz colors.
Yeah, I remember
like
a lot of
fucking-
purple.
Yeah, purple and gold,
Yeah.
like New Orleans colors. See,
Feed
we
me
remember.
bullshit so I can formulate this.
Yeah. Well, we
idea.
gotta feed off each other. We gotta. Do you remember him like having a big cod piece? And you're like, yeah, right.
I remember
yeah.
nipple
Yeah.
tassels.
Jesse, yeah.
Yes.
They just
Many tassels.
And when you would like grant a wish, they just like fucking 3,000 RPM spin around.
yeah.
Yeah.
And wish granted. Nipple tassels reaching 9,000. Cod piece glowing. Fucking red hot cod piece, like burning a hole into time space.
Yeah, any other major ones?
None that I can think of off the top of my head.
So where does it all come from?
Where does it all come from? Well, do you guys want to share your own theories?
Why don't you fire some off first?
Okay.
You seem to be chomping at the red hot cod piece.
Oh man, you know how much I like my theories. Okay.
It's cod.
So, my theory about the Mandela Effect is that... Now, hang on, because this is about to get fucking weird, okay?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
every time the Earth experiences a cataclysmic event or is destroyed, we slide into another parallel reality. And
Does
there
2012
always...
count?
Huh?
2012.
I don't fucking know. I mean, it didn't happen.
Remember that?
No, I'm talking about, think about all the times that we have averted disaster. There's that one dude in Russia that saw there was a sonar fuck up and it looked like a bunch of nukes were coming. Maybe in a reality that existed back during the Cold War, the whole fucking planet got nuked.
That's what I'm
But
trying
this
to
one
say about
didn't.
2012. Remember the end of the world, the Mayan calendar thing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it could be.
it could be that, or it could be.
fucking guess.
But it could
End
be
of the world.
It could be a thing of quantum immortality, where you would have died. You did die, but now you exist in the reality where you didn't. But little things have changed, like the Berenstain Bears. You remember it being a certain way. Other people don't, because you're not from this reality. You're from
Your
one where
wallet's
it
gone.
was. Right. Your keys are on the kitchen table instead of on the nightstand. You died in your sleep.
Yep. And back in the old universe, your wife is pounding on your dead, lifeless chest, sobbing into the pillow.
Yes. The poison worked. And I think the big events, like the Mandela thing, that is when a lot of people died at once. And you had like a mass exodus of people into a different reality.
Nelson Mandela went into like a nuclear meltdown in the prison.
Yes,
And he burned a hole through the Earth's crust into the mantle. He hit critical mass in the mantle and exploded in a 3,000-mile radius, blowing out half the Earth into space and cracking the other half into like chunks of stuff, and people everywhere were just dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Bunch of people died when Nelson Mandela died.
Yes.
Everyone died.
Yep.
That's why it's named after Nelson Mandela.
Yeah. To remember what we no longer can. But that's my theory, that anytime you die or what have you, you simply don't, and sort of, for lack of a better term, slide into an alternate reality where you're still living.
So,
And
what happens
little
when you
details
like
are different.
actually die? I mean, like eventually you're gonna really die.
Not necessarily,
You're gonna have to die of old
because
age or some
there's
shit.
a reality where no one dies.
So
Probably a
is
few of
that
those.
just like the end?
What?
The ending area? Is that like the final level where everyone
Final
goes?
Well, maybe.
Is that the
Maybe.
last universe?
Maybe.
And that one can't end, or what?
Look, that is for a different episode on quantum
Alright.
immortality itself,
Okay.
because that's a whole can of beans right there.
So when they slip into a new reality or a new dimension, everything else is the same except for those few subtle things.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Why not?
Hey, I ain't
Because
no
I mean, it's
fucking
not the exact
dimension
same.
scientist.
It's not the exact same dimension that you came from. Something's gonna be different.
Right, but so like the only thing that's different is a childhood book.
Yeah, something that simple.
Or could be time travelers.
You're absolutely right. It could be time travelers. Tell me about it.
I don't know that much about it, but it would seem a little more simple for me to believe that only small things were changed because of time travelers.
No, I was just gonna say. So what you're saying is like these time travelers are going back into the past for whatever reason, and then they make a little bitty change, and then you got the butterfly effect where.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they probably make some big changes that we don't realize about. Otherwise, what's the point?
No. The whole point is to go back and change the name of the book. That's the whole fucking point.
No, that's an accident. They
Now,
forgot to clean that up.
So time travel, I feel like if time travel's real, you're gonna have time travel regulations. We're going back and fucking with shit's forbidden, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna have these little fucking trickster dicks that
Space
go back.
pricks.
Space pricks!
Yeah.
Go back in time and change little shit and get away with it, right? Stuff that no one's gonna notice, like goddamn book titles.
All the
or
internet
like
trolls.
giving fucking Nelson Mandela Tylenol while he's in fucking prison, you know? Like, but that doesn't really explain people remembering shit differently. If they changed an entire event, people wouldn't remember two different things. They'd just remember the
Yeah,
new
that's true.
event, right?
Oh yeah.
That's true. You cracked it.
I cracked it.
Fuck.
Okay.
Fucking space pricks!
Josh,
All right.
what's your theory then?
So,
everyone's retarded.
Yeah, that's kind of my theory.
Yeah, that's
I
really
think
my
I
theory.
think this whole thing's not really real.
I could like forge myself into believing I ate something completely different yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's way too possible.
It's kind of like I chalk it up to like the same phenomenon where when you hear someone tell a story so many times, you can remember it almost like you were there.
Yeah.
Right? You've heard it enough that you can picture it in your fucking head perfectly, and you're there.
Photos of you as a child.
Right.
You've looked at that picture so many times. You've created a memory, but really, it's fabricated from the photo.
Yeah, exactly. Like you telling the remember me screaming, "I hate him" earlier in the show. So like you telling the story about Jack, he had a fucking crazy shit fit about whatever it was.
Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, Dances with Wolves. And they're scalping people. And Jack's sitting on the couch like, why do they gotta do that? And having a fucking shit fit. But I know Jack so well, and I've heard the story so many times, that I can fucking perfectly envision it. He gets up and like shits his little kid pants and runs into the bathroom and locks the door, and he's just like, no! No, I won't come out! Why do they gotta do that? And Mark's just standing there like, Jack, come on, buddy. No, it's not real. It's a movie. Hey, it's not real. It's not real, guys.
Guys.
So, Mark's just like knocking on the bathroom door. Hey, Jack, come on out, buddy. It's not real. They're not. It's all for show. It's fake blood. It's come on. And he's just like, no, I hate him. I hate him. I wasn't there. That was like probably 10 years before I even became friends with Jack.
Yeah, you're pretty spot on with that, actually.
But yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how it went, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I can remember it perfectly, and I wasn't even in the same fucking 10-mile vicinity.
I felt you, though.
Yeah.
Even then.
I was there in spirit. Maybe I'm a time-traveling space prick.
You're definitely a space prick.
I was reading about a study earlier where they were giving people sets of words and having them recite them back, but they would start drawing their own parallels. So if you said bed and pillow, they would say sleep. So they would create an idea from objects given to them. And their theory was that's what's happening here. So
you could
we're just drawing our own conclusions about things.
You could like subconsciously coach someone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To think a certain way.
We should experiment with each other.
Using like.
Hey.
Can I watch?
Experiment. No.
It's okay.
Oh wow.
If you want to.
Okay. Thanks, Kat. I appreciate that. I don't want to watch Josh. I will black his
face out. But you fucking can't. All right.
But I meant like that'd be fun.
What would be fun? Now's the time to elaborate on what would be fun.
No, to coach you into a false memory.
Okay, yeah.
My pants are
3
down.
chairs and a goose. What?
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 Well, I mean, what's your theory?
My theory is that it's all bullshit.
That's not a theory.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's boring.
Maybe.
You don't have anything like crazy. Nothing
someone's
crazy.
got to play devil's advocate. You want me to come up with something on the spot? I can do that.
There's a malevolent being.
All the memories that could ever exist throughout the multiverse actually reside on the other side of the sun. Like we orbit around the sun. The memories just mirror us on the other side of the sun, so we can't actually see them. Whenever someone remembers something really stupid, like,
Shazam.
Yeah. Like fucking LL Cool J being in a fucking, bathtub in a movie or something. They're actually sending their consciousness directly through the sun, essentially frying their brains and into this mass of memories that exists on the other side of the sun.
And you can only do that by not using fluoride toothpaste.
Yeah. Non-fluoridated.
Oh my God! People decalcify
open your third eye.
Fucking perennial gland.
Yeah.
Fucking
Pineal.
sheep.
Pineal.
It's not perennial gland.
What the fuck ever? Peritoneal. But you're fucking open.
Pine pineal. It's in the
Pineal?
shape of a pine cone.
Open your urethra to
pineal.
the possibilities. That's all I'm saying.
Your perineum.
That's why we can't do it.
You need to shave your perineum and present it to the sun.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the only way forward at this point.
So, yeah, that's what I think. I think all of the false memories are just stored on the other side of the sun, and they taunt us.
Interesting.
What about that story of the guy? I don't know if this ties in with this or not. Maybe with time travelers or parallel dimensions. But the guy who climbs through the cabinet or the pantry in his kitchen.
Fucking meets himself. You heard that story?
What?
Yeah, he took a video. So this guy, it's his own house. He owns his house. Something goes wrong with his sink or his garbage disposal or some shit, and he opens up his cabinet and he like crawls back there to like get a good look at stuff. And he explains it as, he's like, I crawled back there and I just noticed that there was like more room than there should have been.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, so I just kind of kept crawling.
Coraline tunnel.
Yeah. He's like, and then I just kind of like popped out in my kitchen again, like on the other side. And he met himself like 30 years in the future. So there's like a 30 years older version of himself who just like sees him crawl out of his fucking kitchen cabinet. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? And like obviously they recognize each other. They had the same tattoo. They've got like a forearm tattoo, right? They've got the same fucking tattoo. The guy took a fucking video of himself. This is something you can look up. He took a video of himself with himself. And they're like standing there hugging, and they look fucking identical. Just one guy's like way fucking older, and they've got the same tattoo. They like both hold their arms up and point, and they're like laughing and shaking hands and like fucking they're having like the best time of their life. And then he's like, yeah, I hung out with myself for like an hour or two, and then I crawled back through the fucking thing. And like, this is a real, you can look at the video.
Yeah, we can link it in the show notes.
Yeah,
later.
we'll put a link in there.
Isn't there something with the Beatles?
Oh yeah, another time traveler guy. So we'll probably do an episode on time traveling. We can talk all about this. I'm
jumping ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll do an episode. We'll tell you about the Beatles, man, in another episode sometime. But yeah, that's pretty interesting too. And that kind of gets into the multiverse theory and all kinds of shit. Because he wasn't really time traveling at that point. He was kind of like dimensionally traveling to a place where the Beatles weren't dead, and they were still making new music.
Right.
Oh man, I bet it sucked.
Yeah, maybe. And I'm gonna figure out a way to go to the place where Dimebag and Vinnie Paul aren't dead, and I'm gonna hear some new Pantera, and I'll bring that back with me. I feel like this is a good place to wrap this up.
Short and sweet for
yeah. Keep it short and sweet.
Episode.
For the folks out there that don't want to listen to my tits slap together for longer than 20 or 30 minutes at a time, because I am topless right now. You can't see me, but you can hear it.
You can feel it.
You can feel that. Can you feel it?
You can feel like the moisture.
This is my tits. Anywho, this has been Welcome to Die. I'm Josh.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Jesse, and I am going to fix something under the sink really quick. And
Yeah.
I may just discover the meaning of go fuck yourself in the process.
I don't think I could do that.
You'd be surprised.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook's kind of lame. We're not really on that
Get
much,
off
so
of
follow
Facebook. It's fucking ruining your life.
It's detrimental to your
It's
health.
going to kill you. Probably literally. You'll probably get into a car accident while looking at Facebook on your phone.
Nothing good comes from it.
Follow us on Instagram at Welcome to Die PC. So we're going to do a thing now. We're going to try and close out these shows with a little music. Nothing in particular. We're not trying to fancy a certain genre or pigeonhole you into enjoying what we enjoy. We just want to showcase music all together. Provided your music isn't super political, incredibly religious, or really offensive to a certain group.
Yeah, don't get us in trouble.
Don't get us in trouble.
Yeah,
please.
don't do that.
I'd like to promote your music and not promote your personal stance. If you want to promote yourself, you should start a podcast.
Hey. Or make better music.
Or, make better music. Don't be an asshole. If you're jamming some good stuff, if you're in a band, you know a good band or you know an artist that could use a little exposure, local, big, whatever, doesn't matter, any genre, whatever, shoot us an email at welcometodiepc@gmail.com. You can message us on Facebook or Instagram, provided you've got rights to the music or permission from the people that own the music to use it. We'll post your stuff at the end of our shows. It's that easy. We'll be closing this one out by a little diddle. With a little diddle. We're going to diddle you.
We're just diddling.
Yeah, we're going to diddle you.
Yeah.
I'm going to diddle you with my diddler. We're going to close this one out with a little diddle by a little group called Monolith. That's our group.
These guys fucking suck.
They're so bad.
Terrible.
The only reason we're playing our stuff is because we don't have anyone else's shit to play right now. So send us your stuff. We'll even promote your band like this. Monolith will be playing a show, maybe our last show ever, on October 6th, 2018 at Jackson Street Brew Co. in Perryville, Missouri.
For Rocktoberfest.
For Rocktoberfest. And we're really rusty. Come out and suck with us.
Yeah.
You feel free to suck with me anytime.
Jesse might suck with himself here in a minute. Sit back and enjoy this tune off of our 4-year-old demo. This is Byproduct.
See ya.
Okay, bye.